Alright, so this week was just a wild ride. This was one of the craziest weeks that I've had in a very long time. You could probably tell by the thumbnail or the title. I don't know what I'm going to make it yet, but I got some new fish. I got 3 new fish, and I didn't have to buy them, and they weren't given to me. They kind of just appeared. So we're going to get into that. During this video, I was very sleep deprived. My water heater broke. I was waiting to have the plumber come in and do all that stuff while I was in here recording. Some of it was with my phone, some of it's with my camera. Sometimes I'm using this mic, sometimes I'm not using any mic, and it might sound a little bad, but you can still hear what I'm saying just fine. But just bear with me, and then try not to make fun of me too much. I was very excited about this whole process. I got a little giddy about it. I mean, I'm proud, I'm happy about what happened. If you want to make fun of me, then, you know, whatever. But I just think it was really cool, and I hope you guys do too. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. I am freaking out right now. Just doing some water changes while watching a live stream, and I noticed, like, over here in this section here, I had this grate. This grate was like holding up my chemical media right here. I noticed in between some of the bars there was like something black, and I was like, oh, how did a leaf get past my pre-filter and everything? And I came down and looked closer, and I could not believe what I saw. And people are gonna make fun of me for how giddy I'm getting, but there is a baby Bichir in my sump. Now, I did not think that that's possible. Last time I checked, there's only one male in this tank, and it's not compatible to breed with the other females that are in here. There's some kind of crossbreeding or something. I don't know. I'll try to get this on camera the best that I can. Let me find him again. It's so little, and this sump is so dirty. You know, this is what I would probably never show you. Where is he at? He's in here somewhere, I promise. Oh, here he is, right here. So here you can see this fry. Of course, you know, I'm doing this with one hand and the other hand holding the flashlight. But as you can see from the patterns of that tail, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, but I can see. That is a baby Ornate. I have bred an Ornate Bichir in this tank, and I guess it's been growing by eating the the countless supply of detritus worms and mulm. This is just incredible to me. So I'm gonna do my best to get him out of this sump and put him into a tank. And I have my pumps and everything. I picked him up and put him up here. I'm gonna take those out. I'm gonna take all of my media out, which is crazy. I'm gonna take all this out anyway because I need to clean it, which I was in the middle of cleaning the sump when I noticed all this. So I'm gonna take all this out, and I'm gonna sift through everything and see how much fry I can find. Now, I might only just have this one, but if it is this one, this is gonna be the miracle story. But I am freaking out. I don't know of anybody in America that's breeding Ornate Bichirs, so this is just crazy to me. Hopefully I've got a bunch in here, but there's just so much to go through right now. I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting them out. Alright, so I siphoned him out into this bucket, and I'm gonna try to get him into a catch cup so we can get a better look at him and see how he's doing and everything. I have several tanks I can go ahead and start putting him into, but I'm gonna just go through my entire sump. If I have one fry, there could be way more. There could be none, and this could be the only survivor, but there could be more. So I'm gonna do everything I can to look for more. Alright, so future me back here. By now at this point, I've already gotten to catch my breath. I can finally turn my filter back on. The plumber's come and gone, and everything has been taken care of. And I am, at this point in the video, extremely tired. I did not sleep, barely ate. I just wanted to make sure that I captured everything exactly how it happened, raw. Everything I was doing, I had the camera right next to me, but some of the stuff just didn't have the camera on. I was just working, trying to get stuff done as quickly as possible, just because trying to keep these fry alive. As of the time recording this, it's been over a week now, and they're still fine, in case you're wondering. Alright, I can finally catch my breath. I've got the 3 fry that I was able to rescue out of my sump. I've got them in a breeder box. I've got this 20-gallon tank set up. I've got a bag of media on the bottom. I figured it couldn't hurt. I've got my heater off on the side. I can finally catch my breath because this has been a crazy morning. It's like the most least likely thing I was going to find, and I found it. But this is what I got, so I need to take care of these guys. So these guys need to eat, and I've got a microworm culture coming, and until that gets here, I need to feed them something. So since I'm sort of kind of prepared for fry, I do have a brine shrimp hatchery and brine shrimp, crazy enough. I got this to feed my trout gadeids, and they're doing good, but I haven't actually used the hatchery yet. But I need to use it today. So I've got my hatchery, but because we're here on my floor, we don't need this stand. We just need this. And I've gone ahead and I ran an airline over here because I'm running an airline for my little breeder box. So I'm just going to take off this lid and grab this airline. Let's just connect this here. Alright, the airline's connected. Here you can see it's working. Alright. Now we don't need to do anything crazy to get this going. We are going to just fill this up with water from this tank. Alright, this looks good. And we don't need the stand. We can just hang this off the back of the tank here. Now we don't need a heater inside the hatchery because the tank is going to be heated. And I'm just going to add some salt, and you know, I wasn't really planning on this, and I'm out of aquarium salt. But I've got some other non-iodized salt that I'm just going to go ahead and add, and this will start dissolving soon. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on just to get this salt mixing up a little bit faster. Alright, well there's the brine shrimp mixing in there, and hopefully it hatches by tomorrow night or so, and I'll be able to start feeding these guys some live foods. So these fry are really small, and it's hard to get like a good video of them. So one thing that I'm going to use is a new piece of tech. So this actually came from BenQ, and it's a webcam, but it also has a built-in microscope feature that utilizes this little lens that comes off, and it just attaches with a magnet like that, and this whole outside is like a big ring light. So it's really useful, and I'm going to see what kind of shots I can get with this. I'm not trying to sell this to you guys or anything. I just think it's a pretty cool thing, and BenQ messaged me about it. I normally ignore the kind of stuff that I get in my emails, but I was like, you know what, this might be kind of useful. We'll see what happens. And today I found a really cool use for it. So we're going to go ahead and try that out. And if it looks cool, then I don't know, maybe we could do a dedicated video, just close-ups of different things using this little camera. But let's just go ahead and get this hooked up and see how it works. So here you can see some footage with this neat little camera. Now I'm going to admit that I need to spend a little bit of more time in the settings, just really dialing it in and learning it, because I know that while I'm editing this that the resolution isn't quite right, but overall the quality is actually pretty good. I'm surprised by this little thing. If you guys are interested, I can spend some time really learning this camera and dialing it in, and I can use this for updates on these little babies while they grow, but also getting some extreme close-ups of various things that I can find around my fish room. And just thinking about it, there's already a lot that just comes to mind just right away. But as you can see, these babies, they're already developing some really cool patterns, and you can see the external gills that they use to pull the oxygen out of the water. And you can also see those tiny little fins moving around. It's just so cool. This is starting to look kind of insane. But yeah, this 20-gallon tank, I've got a bag of filter media on the bottom. I've got my brine shrimp hatchery going on the right. I've got my Lowell breeder box on the left. And this is just a Tupperware plastic bin that I have. And I'm just kind of using it as a lid. But I want to be able to see inside, but I don't want them to jump. I don't think that they can jump just yet, but they might be able to, and it's honestly not the worst thing in the world if they jump out, but I want to try to keep them contained inside this so it's easy to feed them and they don't have to like swim too far or anything. But yeah, this is a kind of a pretty crazy makeshift setup. Alright, so I'll have you all know that the fry are eating worms, they're eating brine shrimp. I'm pretty sure they've been eating some little fry pellet. Not too sure because it's kind of hard to count that out. But they have been eating. They're still, all three of them are alive. They're doing good. I put a little bit of Java moss inside the breeder box, and they seem to like the structure. They like to hide underneath stuff. I noticed when I put an air stone in there they would congregate underneath the air stone. I took a hint and went ahead and, I should have done it in the first place. I went and I took a little pinch of moss and put it in there, and they're doing good. They like to hide in there, and they're still eating just as good. I go through, I clean the breeder box a couple times a day. I make sure I get all their poop and everything out of there. They're just so cool. I can't believe this whole thing happened to me. So let's get into the future of what's going to be going on with these fry, because realistically, I'm going to be able to keep them for a year or so, and after that they're going to start getting too big for anything that I have here. The tank that they came out of is already spoken for. There's no room for 3 more 2-foot long fish. So what's likely going to happen is I'm going to reach out to a couple people and give them first dibs if they want them, if they're interested. The 2 people that I have in mind right now have really great aquariums, really great fish rooms. I'm confident that they'll be able to do the best that these fish need. If they can't take them or don't want them for whatever reason, then I'm probably going to take them to my local aquarium club once they start getting a little bit of size on them, and start asking around there. And I know we do auctions and stuff, but this isn't the kind of fish that I want to just randomly auction off, because they're important to me and they're kind of a big deal in the community. I feel like I'd like to vet the people that are going to be either bidding or asking for them in the first place. These are going to be big fish and they need some big tanks. I just don't feel comfortable saying them to any random person if I don't know what kind of situation they have going on. And another thing is they need to be able to house these very long term. These fish are expected to live at least 20 years if taken care of. So that's a very big commitment, and I need to hear that from somebody that they're going to be able to commit that kind of time. So I know it's been a little bit of a crazy one. There's a lot going on here this week, but I just wanted to make sure I really showed this stuff to you guys. It's a lot of important stuff going on, and a lot of people have been reaching out to me. I've been reaching out to a lot of people. I want to just go ahead and thank a few people first before I end this video. I want to thank Sal's Fish World on Instagram. I reached out to him right away because he's pretty well known in the community. I told him I needed black worms ASAP, and he was able to help me find some. So Sal, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. I also would like to thank Jeff Kane. He was the first person that knew about this. I showed the first picture to him. Jeff, I appreciate you listening to everything I had to say at like 4 in the morning while I was just kind of panicking. I appreciate you, man. Next, I want to thank Hao Peng. If anyone is online on any forums and they know anything about Bichir, they know Hao Peng knows everything. Without a doubt, he was one of the first people I had to message and let him know what's going on. And I also really appreciate Hao being able to reach out and help me get in contact with the Polypter Slab, who is one of the best Bichir breeders out there. He was able to give me some of the best advice I could have gotten, and without his advice, these fish might not be here right now. So I appreciate all of you guys that I mentioned. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll have more updates to come, and until next time, have a good one.